right then. Starting things up. Good evening, everyone. Let's start off with our traditional sound check. Let me know how my voice is against the game's audio. I can adjust it up or down. Also, I notice if you stare at the title screen long enough, the train that's normally just whizzing past here runs out of fuel and just kind of lurches past slowly. I guess there's a background simulation for it going here. It'll come around in a minute or so. But I found that funny that I've had this up for maybe about 5-10 minutes, and I guess it's got a little less than that of fuel because normally there's smoke popping out of it. So not sure if that was an intentional detail of the title screen, but I find it amusing nonetheless. So yeah, let me know in chat here how I sound against the game, and we will get started. Probably load up the game while we wait. Stream 1, loading it up. Oh yeah, I forgot this game does not have epic load times, unlike others. Looking good here. Oh, missed a piece of road. Sounds great. Thank you, Drifter King. Okay, I always get nervous that I just launch into a game and start yapping, and like 15 minutes in, people are like, "Pinstar, are you talking? We don't hear anything." I'm like, "Damn it, I screwed up the audio." So that's why I always, in a paranoid manner, go about doing this sound check every at the beginning of every episode. I guess it's not paranoid. I guess it's like proper prudentness. But anyway, so we have our town of Ficklewood here, and a little review of what we've got and where we're going. So first things first, we've got ourselves our wood diamond. We have our Cameron Salisbury's Ranger Station, which at the moment has cut down every single tree in range. I think we were using some of our coins here to plant some more trees so that they could grow back and continue our wood production. So right now our wood production's stunted just a bit. The music could be lower. Okay, good. Thank you. That's the kind of feedback I'm looking for. Let us lower that music. No, I definitely like the feedback on these things. All right, so some of the other things that we need set up here. So we've got our logs, once the trees come back, flowing into our barn, as well as into a lumber mill here, These are going to be making us our planks. This also produces wood wheels for distribution to the town as a whole, planks for distribution. This also creates some cloth conveyor belts, which gets fed back in here into our general supply once the cloth comes back online. It is currently out. What's the plan for today? So today I've got a treat for you guys. I've got something special. I normally reserve this for just a regular episode, but I figured, you know what? Let's do this live. So I've been working hard at my next named build, and I've got it sort of situated, and I've got it worked out on paper. But what I haven't done is plugged it into a live town to see how it works and see if I need to tweak it for throughput purposes. So what we are going to do today is we are going to build my latest and greatest named build, and we are going to test it here to see how it performs in the circumstance of a live town, and then we can tweak it and modify and iterate and all that fun stuff. So we're going to be doing a science. And more specifically, it is literally going to be a science. The named build is what I like to call the medical school build, because it is going to combine both medicine and higher education. So that is what is on our docket right now. Now, we have a lot of rearranging and prepping to do before we launch into that. And what I just wanted to do for anybody new who missed the first stream, I just wanted to give you sort of an overview of what the town is doing right now and how we're set up for it, just so you know what we've got under our belt and where we are going. So the second major build that we have erected here is our HV, our high velocity dairy district here. So we've got a carrot farm, which is launching carrots into here. These barns are turning all the carrots, almost all the carrots, into animal food. A few raw carrots are making their way into the market. The animals get fed all those raw carrots, which turn them into manure, milk, and wool. The wool gets turned into t-shirts. The wool is also used for cloth, which is being fed into the kitchen, which is making cheese, and butter, which is also being fed into the market. So that is making us copious amounts of these things here. Now, part of me, one thing I realized, one step I forgot to set up was a direct feeding of raw wool into the general store, but being that our input inventory here is at 0 of 10, I don't think that's a wise decision. We need all of our stuff here because even the workshop isn't backed up. So we are making good use of every ounce of cloth that we are producing. So probably not a good idea to divert raw wool into here. We can find another happiness points worth of stuff on here. All right, so while let the simulation run for a bit because we got to wait for this to recover because we need our wood income to recover, and also we need to start laying down some farm fields down here so that our cotton can start and resume growing here. There's going to be a lot of demand for our stuff here. Let's see here. Also a lot of demand for our yellow coins, but let's get farm tiles under here. We'll start with just the bushes, the cotton bushes that are already there. We'll worry about planting more of them as we go about it, but let's just get farm tiles on these because when these regrow, the farm tiles double their output, which is good. And we've got plenty of dung for that. The other thing that we can do here, we could set up tree stands, but I think that might be a little bit of overkill for these. The tree stands also doubles the output of the trees, but we get enough trees in here, we'll be okay. We do, however, want to plant the rest of our trees over here, at least within range of this place here. Oops. This is costing us $50 a pop, though, so we'll need to be mindful of it. Actually, we had exactly enough money for all of that. Well, that's all right. We let the simulation run. We'll make money back pretty quickly. Now, one thing we do want to do here, now that we have farm fields down here, is get these guys watered. I like to have a well for each farm, like they get their own well. And that just requires resources. It does not require money, which is good. We should have ample supplies of 136 fluid pipes, so we have plenty of piping in stock to hook things up. And also, one of my commenters was right. I did forget to hook up fluid. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably a bad setup here because we need all right, hang on, one thing at a time. So this needs to actually come down here. Actually this whole section needs water, so I'm glad I'm down here. All these new houses need to be hooked up to our water system. Now, independent of that, this one can go up and over here and start watering that farm. This one can go up over here and start watering that farm. Yeah, we're just gathering our ingredients, as it were, so that we can actually do this proper. And it's going to take place like right here. And actually, there is one thing that we do need to get into the ground while we wait. And I think we're going to do it right here. It's going to require a little resource deletion, but I think it'll be a good thing to do. So what we need here is we need a new farm. And I'm doing this now because we need this to be in place. It takes a while for this to warm up, as it were. We'll put this here. We'll get rid of some of these because what we are going to do here is we are going to be growing herbs. And we need to plant herbs because there are no herbs here. And I don't think, I mean, there is a patch of wild herbs over here. We could tap into those, like right here, because that gives us our instant affinity on the herbs. Now, it's unfortunately way outside the range of our farming bonus here. There's also a bunch of herbs over here. Again, also way outside the range of our farming bonus. Well, if we're going to build it here, I think this is a smarter place to put them. What I am going to do, rather than growing them brand new, because that takes a while. That takes a long while, and also takes a lot of money. So we're going to flatten this terrain here, which also takes a fair amount of money, but it is worth it to have a flat terrain to work with here. Get a nice smooth here. We've got plenty of red coins to burn. This is something I'm willing to burn them on. That's nice. Perfect. And we'll get a little bit of flattening over here. Welcome, Yepnor22. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, geez. Yeah, this ground is still a mess. Hang on. All right, that's not too bad. At least not for a starter, anyway. I mean, we'd have to butcher that anyway, but I already spent the coins on this patch, so we're good. Yeah, red coins. It is really nice that it costs you red coins, not gold coins, to force the terrain to your bidding. Okay, let's. Did I place the farm? I did. Let's move the farm so we don't have to buy a whole new one. All right, we are going to stomp on a little bit here. We're going to. It takes two to. We can stomp on two to make two here. I suppose that's okay. But this gives it. That lets us take it right to the edge. Yeah, this should be fine. Boom. All right, so what is important here is that we are going, speaking of stomping on resources, we are going to be stomping on all this wheat here because that is not conducive to our thing here. One thing we are going to want to plant up here, though, is we want to fully flesh out this. Actually, you know what we want to do is we want to move this farm. We don't want to stomp on the things that we already have in place, but we want to actually move this farm down so that we are... all right, we're going to have to stomp on one thing. That's okay. I'm okay stomping on one thing. We're also going to have to remove some resources here, but these stones are not part of our strategy right now. So yeah, we're going to move you down a smidge meter. That way we make room for our grand build up above. And this is close enough to the houses that we shouldn't need to worry about any road shenanigans. We'll still get our morale bonus. We do want to clear all this out. For the moment, I'll keep my setup right here. I'm gonna be uprooting and retooling this whole education section here. So this little mess of deliveries here is not long for this world. But let's first off, before we do anything drastic, let's make sure we've bought into everything that we need. Yeah, we need basic medicine, and this setup aims to not only produce medicine, but also produce nature research points so that we can get into basic medicine, because basic medicine is going to be a key component of it. I suppose we can grab metallurgy. That's the other main new resource that we need to get to at this point. But at the moment, we're going to focus on the medicine route. Before we flip over and do the metallurgy route. I have not developed a full metallurgy setup yet, but that's next on the docket once we perfect this one. But that being said, now that we have our thing here, we want to start. Yeah, we got all of those laid down. We do want to get these farm fields set up, though. We'll lay down. Actually, that's one of the new things that they did, is you can click and drag, although that takes a lot of money. And actually, what good are fields if they're not planted? We do need to plant cotton, and those are expensive, unfortunately. We can get 3 more cotton bushes. We eventually need to flesh out this whole area of cotton. We also need to eventually flesh out this whole area with herbs. All right. Yeah, the water cloth here. This workshop. We'll be repurposing this this workshop here. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we got to. New fluid pipes here. There we go, that's better. And yeah, I think the more important of these is the cotton at the moment. So I think we're actually going to start planting this cotton. We do want to still keep feeding this whole setup here while we wait. If only on a temporary basis. I'm not going to put this on a... But I want it to still produce, because every time you drain the bushes and they start to regrow, every time they regrow, the affinity goes up. Yes, milk can be transported by pipes. That's one of the benefits to the dairy district, that you can essentially provide food to the entire region via pipes with minimal logistics. Speaking of logistics, however, there is something I do want to do, which unfortunately cannot be transported via pipes. And that is, we gonna get some poop flowing here. And I think what we're gonna do here, are you... Yeah, you're pointing in that direction. Let's get you pointing downwards, and we'll get a road over here. Because what we need to do is we need to get some poop flowing over here. Just to keep these fields thing, because we're gonna be leaning on this cotton field heavily. But actually, you know what? Let's worry about the poop later. Let's actually get the field planted, and then we can start making with the poop. One thing I do want to get set up and going right now, right away. I'm going to nix this road. We're going to lay down in the apparent middle of nowhere a barn. But trust me, there is a rhyme to this reason. Just eyeballing some locations here. I think this should be good enough. This should not disrupt our positioning. Because once we have the barn set up here, it's going to be hard to move once we start putting stuff in the barn. But we want to start putting stuff in the barn to help prep things. And once again, just like with my other builds, this all kind of centers on a barn that has been programmed with a very specific set of storage items. First one here is paper. We are going to put paper in here eventually. The second storage item is herbs. Lots and lots of herbs are going to be utilized by this. The third storage item is going to be cloth, which I guess we could just start feeding cloth into here. The last one, I'm going to make it herbs for now, but eventually, once we evolve this, because there's two forms of this particular build, the base form and then the evolved form. And the evolved form will require a fourth unique item in this fourth slot. But for now, just giving extra herbs, probably a better move. Because what I want to do is I want to extract the herbs here, just so we have a nice big stockpile of them. That will get the herb bushes emptied out, regrowing and leveling up, and we can start planting and leveling them up here while we prep for the zone proper. So, yeah. And actually what we can do here... this is also probably going to involve us moving some of our houses here, but that's okay. Houses are easily moved without any ill effect. But yeah, let's start this off with some imported some imported goods here. And actually, let me, for measuring purposes, let's uproot this. That should be good right there. Yeah, okay. We don't actually need to move this yet, but I just wanted to measure something out. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get a line here. And I think, yeah, we're gonna cross this river here with a wood scaffolding. This is why I knew we were gonna need to have our log production in place, because this is gonna require a lot of scaffolding here. But I think it is worth it. How are you doing? I mean, we're making coins quickly enough. Oops. While we are doing that, and while we're waiting for our yeah, you can tell as soon as some trees pop up, this thing starts cooking quickly. And why are you all... Did I set you all to fluid pipes? I think I meant them all to be planks, because we don't need that much fluid pipe throughput. That's more like it. Now we're getting planks at an appreciable rate. That's what we're talking about. All right, so this is going to be, like I said, long distance transportation, but worth it. We want it all at a level 2 up here. Yeah, we're still using that up pretty quickly. Just let this flow. And actually, while we wait, we can put in cotton here. There we go, and we can throw down farm tiles. Wait, no, I didn't want select columns. I wanted farm tiles, please. Thank you. There. Now we got that all tilified. It's good to have a nice big supply of poop, because farm tiles require poop. You know what? Since we have some cash, let's start planting herbs in the empty spots around here. Just so that they can start growing. All right, we got our things back here. Ding, 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 ding. They do. Those cheeses sell for 20 gold a piece, and the butter sells for 12, and we're making copious amounts of both. In fact, I mean, might be tempted to add a coin booster to this building, because this is actually, you know what? You know what? You know what might actually be a better use of our money here? Just to help improve our throughput and everything, what if we got a second kitchen? I know this kind of ruins the nice rectangular build here, but I was thinking about this the other day, and what if we built another kitchen? A second kitchen. This one is dedicated to just butter. Meaning this one does not have to bother with butter and can focus exclusively on cheese. Then we just get ourselves our pipe. We get our milk pipe going in here. Like that. And we need another splitter here. And we want this to be a 5-to-4 ratio. 5 down here to 4 butter. So we have a 5 going down to the cheese and a 4 that would be hanging right. That would be the 4. I know, and that way we don't have to shell out for a coin booster. And now we just get another cloth conveyor belt for the butter there. We get 5 people here, and now all of the work units that the people generate here are going exclusively to cheese. Now, we may get to a point where we start flooding the market and people literally cannot digest any more of the stuff. But at the very least, we're getting paid for that. We're back up to 1K coins already. Smells like money to me. All right, let's get our chutes in line here. Here, let's get a little launch ramp here. Hopefully this lets me... Yes, it does auto-build the bridging. So yeah, this is some heck of a long-distance transportation, but I think it's worth it. And we get max workers here. And for now, again, we're just filling the barn, just to give ourselves a working supply. Yeah, that's true, but it kind of looks weird. I know it's kind of weird for me to worry about a form when the function works better like that, but it just kind of seems off if you don't put some sort of scaffolding there. And I've kind of wired my brain to do it that way, so it's going to take me a while to unlearn that. Not enough coins, fair enough. But I do appreciate the suggestion. Oh, nice to know that this type of bridge can have things pass under it. Yeah, the problem with herbs is that the bushes, even the high affinity ones, don't have a lot of natural supply to them. So we kind of want them cooking as much as possible. Let's terrain flatten down because, yeah, that needs to be a little flattening in. Oops. And we're back up to 888 coins. Be careful, don't you? I'm trying not to. You are right. You are right. I am wrong. You are right. I misplaced that. Well, it would be more expensive just to uproot the farm, but I will cease placing things in that row. Maybe we could have a rogue worker like manually harvesting those and putting them on the chute or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, see, they're sucking the bushes dry, but then they'll start regrowing soon enough. And once we get all this planted... Aha! It's backed up already. Good. Good. Oh yeah, let's upgrade this. Now you have even more room for herbs. Oop, and we're getting our affinity bonus with these things growing up here. Good. Alright, more herbs. Perfect. And now we got to turn around and farm tile this whole thing. I'll wait for our money to recover. Yeah, these are still cooking, but pretty soon we're going to be uprooting this whole school situation. I'm just waiting for more stuff. I want to finish our fields before we do that. So let's farm tile. Not enough coins. We need 1,000 coins. We have 1,000 coins. Oh, excuse me. What is this little bump? I did not authorize a bump. Terrain block down. Oh, you better let me flatten you. I am not letting a little bump deny me 4 farm tiles. So yes, the herbs are key to medicine. You can sell them direct, but they kind of count as like raw food. You don't get much in the way of happiness or health or anything like that. They're better turned into actual medicinal purposes, but our zone is going to cover that. We just need to get the tech for medicine. But first, I need to get my iron, because this is most distressing. Terrain flattened down. Let's start from over here. Yes, no, maybe so. No? Are you too close to this? I'm going to do a temporary thing. I'm going to move this. Don't worry, it won't wreck all the fields or anything. Terrain down. Alright, we might need to uproot the fields, but not the... Yeah, okay. We can uproot the fields, but not without uprooting the bushes. Flatten down. Thank you. Oh, that would have bothered me to no end. All right. Farm fields, much better. Oh yeah, also we need a well. Get the water flowing in there. I do want to supply this with poop, but that's going to be a bigger logistical issue. Is bringing poop all the way over there, because there's no fodder crops over here. I mean, there's fodder crop. We could make fodder crops, but you'd be surprised how important the poop is. Usually, at least at first anyway, if it turns around quickly enough, because the water, once a tile becomes watered, it stays watered until that crop grows. Once that crop matures, the water gets used up, and then it needs another unit of water. And as you can see, the water is spreading here quickly enough. So usually a dedicated well is enough for that, as long as it's a well next to water. All right, we've got plenty of resources. We're good, we're good, we're good. All right, I think it is time that we rip up our education district and our other things here and actually start making our zone here. So this is going to require this workshop. We are going to need our workshop here. And as far as keeping the bonuses here, we'll have it pointing out for the moment. This is still, like I said, a work in progress. We are going to get ourselves. Do we have? Yeah, we have another workshop here. You are going to be over here. We are going to have 2 workshops being fed by cotton. That's where this comes in. And you're going to remain on the ground here. It's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Oops. What I think we'll do, just to make this easier for myself, just so I'm not tearing my hair out, is I'm going to do a little shimmy path right here. And we're going to keep this chute on the ground. Actually, I think what we'll do here is I am going to sacrifice a little extra farmland so that we can get a separate chute pipe going this way. Yeah, I think that is the correct answer here. Actually, no, I should have gone from here. In there. Perfect. That way they each have their own independent supply. So this is no longer going to be making us books. It is going to make it's going to make us cloth. And you are going to make us cloth, which you're already doing that. And then the both of you are going to be spitting your cloth into here. Oh, you have paper in you, don't you? All right, you know what? For the moment, Why don't you do paper or cloth? Because we just need to put a little paper in here anyway. And then here, oh yeah, these all these boats need to go away because they are no longer relevant. There we go, repaired that. So now we are filling up our storage with cloth here. Excellent. Now on this side, this is just one part of our raw materials inputs. And these houses, these guys need they need to move. And you need to go away. I'm sorry, Miss diligently harvesting this wheat. This wheat is about to get paved. So on this side here, we do need ourselves lumber mill. Now, these are going to be paper lumber mills, and normally you do want them on the coast, but for the purpose of this build, getting them on the coast is really difficult. So we're going to put one here, and we're going to get another lumber mill. And we're going to put you like that. And we're going to need a lot of wells to feed these both water. But that wells are cheap enough. They're cheap enough. Now here, let's just clean up all the mess. All of this. Clean up, including these. Oh, the school. The school is going to be an eventual important thing. I'm going to set the school off to the side here. That is not its final resting place. The school is it'll be important, but not right there. But for now, we just need it out of the way. So these two lumber mills, both of these lumber mills are going to be making us paper. And we're going to need a lot of paper, which is why we need this. And then they are going to be fed logs from up north here. Now, as far as keeping it on the ground or not, we can keep it elevated just because this one is already elevated. We could also do a two-tiered thing. I think actually that's a smarter move here, where this one flows directly into this one, and then we start up a whole separate one. That way we have two lines, no waiting. And a constant supply of logs. And yes, I know I don't need every single one of these, but this is how I've trained myself to build these. So I shall build them like so. There we go. And into you. Good. And now we do our little rampy ramp on this one. And in we go there. Beautiful. Now, I think we're gonna need so much water. I'm gonna do 2 wells per lumber mill. 1, 2 goes to you. I mean, can't afford. What is this? I need my pipes. That's a planks. All right, maybe all 3 of these should have been fluid pipes. All right, I guess I screwed that one up and shut off all of my fluid pipes. You must construct additional pylons. All right, let's go back to the pipes now. Now that we actually have some pipes to work with. That's better. Oh, well, that kind of feeds into this, but we don't want to siphon off of the pipeline of the town here because, I mean, I guess we could, but it might be draining on the town. And with the hay. All right, so that's lumber mill, that's lumber mill. And because these papers are so high velocity, we're going to need to double bag them essentially. Uno, dos. And we might need even more. So that's flowing into here. Okay, now on the education side of things. So one thing we need is we need a workshop to make books. We're going to place that books one out here. And then we also need a laboratory, which we just invented. This is what allows us to get our green books here. Like that. So this workshop is going to be exclusively making books out of cloth. And then this one is going to be making us natural knowledge tomes, which requires 2 herbs and 1 book. Now you can see why we were mixing herbs and education on this side. Now to elicit our final placements here, we do need to make a little bit more room for our school, like right here. The actual proper placement of the school is actually right here, if we are going to be true to our zone here. But we actually want it on the road here. So for the zone purposes, you just want it right here, but for our purposes, we're going to belly it up a little bit closer. Just so it touches the existing road. But it can be more compact if you want to. All right, now for this workshop, for this books workshop here. Yes, so once we get this, essentially the medical school campus build is set up in 3 phases. The first phase is the education phase, because right now we have not invented medicine yet. We need green books, green nature research points in order to do the research that gives us that. So our first step is just to get the education line set up. But we also need the herbs to make the green education books. The second phase is when we actually do the medicine phase, which is going to be in this back half over here. The third phase is when we get a little bit more advanced. Once both these phases are set up, we can do one extra refinement that makes things a little bit more spicy, at least in theory. Again, this build works on paper. I have not actually tested it in a working town yet. So this is just all theoretical, but it's my theoretical, darn it. All right, so here we need double-barreled paper transportation here. So boom, boom. And you are going to be pulling paper. Paper. Well, there you are. And then one thing we're going to do here is we are going to get a line of paper going to our school here. And actually, we're not going to grab that directly from here. In fact, we don't need that one specifically. We actually want a splitter. But what we want here is we want 2 full books to be produced for every 1 piece of paper. So we actually want an 8 go into here for every 1 that gets split over here. And the reason being here is that even though we're advancing ourselves in our educational path, we still want to feed a little paper into the school. Why? If we look at our happiness here, we look at our education here. Well, it is at this level of house, at level 4, there's only 2 of 2. Pretty soon, actually, let's see if we can find a better one here. 2 of 2. What's our highest level one? Level 2 of 2. We have level 5. I think do we have level 6 houses yet? We will be shortly if we don't already. Level 4. Yeah, I think level 5 houses is the highest that we have. So at the moment, we won't be reaping the benefits for this, but soon they'll be demanding they'll have the ability to give us a 3rd point of education. 1 point of education is going to be our level 1 natural knowledge tome. 1 point of education is going to be just the plain Jane vanilla book. And then the 3rd level of education, happiness, is going to be the paper. So we want a trickle of papers in here. Now, as far as this goes, we do want cloth coming in here. So actually, yeah, now it's coming back to me. We do want this coming out from here, but we want this conveyor belt to be cloth. Oh, I have this backwards. Duh. The cloth comes out this way, or the paper comes out this way, cloth comes out this way, because there's only one place for the cloth to go. You are going to be paper. And then you get the splitter here, which hangs the 8-to-1 ratio goes into here, and then 1 gets to slip past. Now, so this thing is going to be spitting out books. So these books are going to need to go over here into the laboratory, because the laboratory takes the books plus the herbs and creates nature science books out of them. So what we do here is, up here we have a line for books. And also we are going to be utilizing another splitter here. These are going to be up top. So we have this, but we have our splitter. And we're going to... This worked before. Oh, now I remember. Yeah, we put this over here. This... We have this thing going sideways, and then this splitter will... So we want... To the left, we want a 2-to-1 ratio. We want 2 books going into to our laboratory for every 1 book that makes its way over here. And then from here, this laboratory can just feed its nature books directly in here. Now, for the laboratory, it's getting fed the books. It just needs to get fed the herbs. Easy peasy. We feed them that herb from here. Herbs. There you are. Okay, moment of truth. Let's max our workers. Max our workers. Workers max. Workers max. This is looking good. And if I remember correctly, yeah, we need a double decker on this one. Just to increase the throughput of the papers. This build required a lot of tinkering, but I think it is worth it. All right, so we've got our things going in here, and we've got our level 1. I think we need more paper coming into here. Oh, actually, now I know why. We don't have our morale bonuses. Oh, don't have enough, eh? Wait, those are farm fields. What are you doing, Penstar? Footpath, please. That's better. Farm field. All right, and then these need to... Where are we doing on paper? We're doing okay. We just need to get more raw paper in here. Yeah, we need more raw paper. Just because this thing is so freaking hungry for paper. Now it's mostly keeping up. Now, one thing we may need to... Coin boosters? Yeah. Possibly. Before I involve coin boosters, I want this whole setup humming at a baseline efficiency, and then we can coin boost it. Like right here, this thing is sitting idle a little bit, so I'm going to goose the ratio here. I want 3-to-1 books here. This is the kind of testing we want to do. Does that grabber work just like a cross-docking? I'm not sure what you mean by a cross-docking. Alright, so now, because what I want to do is I want this to be as busy as possible. We certainly have enough herbs for all this. And pretty soon we'll have enough nature research. Oh yeah, let's get civics. Let's get well, caravan's not going to come yet. Basic medicine, we want that one. That's going to unlock thing here. Yeah, the grabber basically grabs whatever you want out of the warehouse here. So you just tell it what you want it to grab, and as long as it's in the warehouse somewhere, it can basically teleport, like, you know, the papers coming in through here out to there. Okay, so now the bottleneck is cloth. Interesting. And it is a bottleneck here. So if we flip you, and it's not an issue of like raw supply here. So what if we make a double-barreled cloth going here? Because then the papers can't keep up. All right, so it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. So I think what we do here in this case, we flip you back to paper, and then we just get just because we have the excess capacity here, we just get one extra grabber straight from the source for cloth. And we just force feed it in some extra cloth here while providing the extra paper. And that way we should be able to get constant book production out of this place. Without, I mean, again, before factoring in the, this. Yeah, it looks like we're almost constant on this front, which is good. Now, with that up to date here, this natural knowledge needs more. So let's make it a 4-to-1. Because yeah, output stock is not building up here. It's flowing out as quickly as it can. We do want the occasional book to flow out this way. All right, I'm okay with this setup. Yeah, everyone's getting their morale bonuses. All right, you know what? I'm not gonna fuss too much. I am happy with it. It's in its current incarnation. So now it is time for the medicine half. So the medicine half involves our recently invented medicine huts. Oh, we need more stone bricks to build those. Stone bricks! Isn't that what you're supposed to be making for us? Dana Black's stone masonry core? Oh, that's... No wonder, the conveyor belt's going in the wrong direction. Derp. No wonder this wasn't working out properly. All right, yeah, we'll get this out because we've got more than enough raw stone and we need the extra bricks. Actually, you know what? I'm going to forget about that, and then that's going to cause problems. So no, we'll just do that. Let's just wait for a couple. We'll goose it up a little bit. We'll monitor it, and then we'll put it back down. That should be good for now. We'll just let you cook nice and slow. Phase 2! Yes, so Phase 2 involves, so we start ourselves off with a medicine hut right here. And yeah. It's now this particular medicine hut needs to be on the wood side of things. Why is the happiness not growing? Because we're not supplying a ton of new things. Because once they already have something, they can't get any happier for having had it. You know, we're 5 of 5 on food, 2 of 2 of education, 2 of 3 for clothing. I mean, I guess we could tell this area to start dumping cloth in here. Yeah, actually, I do have that. And actually, since we have so much money, I know I'm delaying phase 2. But let's get this area set back up again with cloth. This field isn't going to be quite nearly as productive, but that's okay. We just need some cotton in here. I am going to get rid of this little rip. And this person right here. No, we're not. Oop, that's sugar. I'm not ready for sugar yet. That's another build. That is a completely different beast. Get out of here, worker. You are in the way, and your services are no longer needed. Yes, I know some of these are in the way. This is not a fully and properly optimized cotton field, but that's okay. Let's farm tile all of you, and we'll have more cotton. Okay, back to phase 2. Back to phase 2. So, phase 2 involves 3 different medicines. We are going to create 3 different medical items because we can see on here our basic medicine, they have happiness, room in their happiness for 3 different types of medicine. So we are going to supply exactly 3. No more, no less. So the first type of medicine that we are going to supply here is a remedy, which requires 2 herbs, 1 water, 1 fuel. But that's easily supplied here because we have all the items on hand. So the herbs come from our little our barn here, and we have copious amounts of them for the moment. Now the water, we can pipe that in easily. I mean, we just set up a well, get some piping going, and boom, it's got its own water. Now the last part of this, oh yeah, let's hook this up via footpath so we can get efficiency and morale bonuses. The third thing of this is fuel, but look at what we have here. We have tons of logs coming down here. It's got practically its own fuel source. So what we'll do here is we'll do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like you. And then we'll get ourselves a splitter. And honestly, we'll just let it split however it wants. So these logs will become fuel. And now that's everything that we need for a remedy. Now on this side of the, on this side here, medicine hut. We'll point you on the outside. You, my friend, are going to make us bandages. and just bandages. Actually, no, this one is actually the poultice one. We actually need a third medicine hut. And this is where things, the design got a little bit awkward, but I'll take it. Is we actually direct supply from one of these. Like that. So you are going to be a bandage. Get a cloth into you, and then you supply bandages into this one. This one makes poultices, which requires 2 herbs and a bandage. Where are they sold? That's an excellent question. That is not silly at all. So there's another building, which I have not built yet, but I will build at the moment. It's the Apothecary, which requires a few more stone, or bricks. But the Apothecary is like the school of medicine. It is the collector of it. You need to speed up a bit. Speed up. So you get 5 workers. You get 5 workers. You also need a supply of herbs. Once again from our beloved barn. Yeah, so I originally designed this with 2 huts. One was the remedies and the other one was the other. But then I realized not only does the bandage hut have to make bandages for the poultices, but it also has to make bandages for itself, just to toss those in. And having one hut do double duty bandages plus the poultices was kind of a big ask. I have a feeling we're gonna red coin boost this one right here, because we're gonna need copious amounts of bandages compared to everything else here. Also, I just realized we increased our housing cap and didn't put down houses. Always put down houses when you have a chance. There we go. Because they can start soaking up our excess inventory. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's plug them back into our pipelines here. That should be everyone that we scooched around. Yes, yes. Yes, good, excellent. All right, we need more bricks to build our apothecary, so and our happiness is up now. Fantastic. I'll build those other 10 later. I want to finish our build here. So 2 more bricks and we can get our apothecary. Wonderful. So now we lay down an apothecary. So this is where you can deliver all of your medical items. And so it kind of end caps where the school is. Put an apothecary here. Make sure you hook it up to a footpath. Like that. So it's hooked up to the rest of the town. And can service all the people. And now we get 1 thing for the bandages in here, 1 thing for the poultices in here, 1 thing for the remedies in here, and we unpause. And we start making blue coins. Medicine pays out in blue coins. And our happiness is going to go through the roof here. Now, let's look at shortages and throughput. As suspected, this thing is desperate for these bandages. So let's get a red coin booster on this. I try not to use boosters if I can help it. This thing also is probably going to require more cloth, which is fine because we have this nice little central area here. It's a little bit on the longer side, but like that, and we have another whole thing of cloth, and this one doesn't have to rely, this one pulls right from the source, so we have a more reliable source of it here. So basically, the way this thing works is the build itself is this little campus, this little eye right here. But you want to feed herbs and cloth in from one end and wood from the other. Obviously, you can flip-flop it around the way you want it to. But yeah, we're getting green books in here. We're getting regular books in here underneath. There should be the occasional piece of paper to keep happiness on that front situated. Oh, our town center is ready for upgrading because we have the 500 blue coins for it. Fantastic. Level 6 house, you're right. So let's check that happiness. There, yep, see, education. We have not, we may need a little bit more throughput on the paper. We might be diverting too many of those papers. If I can get to it down here. Selecting that down there without dismantling this whole process is going to be tricky. Well, I might tweak the paper to... let's see. Full people, 4 people, 5 people, 5 people, 5 people. We got 5 people in the lab, 5 people in the lumber mills, both of them. All of the medicine huts have 5 people. The apothecary doesn't employ people. It just is a goods acceptor. You think remedy can go through pipes? That would be useful if it can. I mean, it is liquid-based, but let's try it, all right? Yeah, you know what? Let's try it. Science! We do a science! So we go from here to here. You're right! Remedy you can pipe out remedy. Ah, now I gotta revise my whole build. No, I'm just kidding. How's our supply here doing? Not too bad, actually. I mean, it's looking a little craggly, but that means things are getting used up, and then... I mean, it is a liquid-based thing. I'm not sure I would trust a liquid-based thing. Oh yeah, we gotta beef up our trees over here so that this becomes a little bit more sustainable. And since we have so much money, I think we're gonna do tree stands too. Or tree planters. These help trees grow faster. Well, more plentifully, I should say. It also uses up our wood like crazy. Yeah, I gotta move one of these. I guess I can't. There it goes. Okay. About to say, I think I could move the planters, and then we just plant regular trees. These will grow up to be nice and big and strong and plentiful so that we can feed our machine here. Feed the need. I mean, we're not out of wood on this front yet anyway, but you can see how quickly we decimated this forest. And actually, the fact that we can pipe that remedy through makes things better for phase 3. So phase 3 is, first off, requires a natural knowledge tome level 2. So let's get that. Now, for phase 3, we need another workshop. We need another workshop, and we need fish, which actually means we need to source a fishery, or invent a fishery, like that. So, what I think we're going to do here, ideally, yeah, we got to get this footpath up and over this way, because we need to, we got to clear some space for it down here, which also probably means we need to move this house. So now, what we need on this side over here is another workshop. At least I think it's a workshop. No, it's not a workshop. We need another medicine hut. But we need it over on this side, not where we were before. And we are not, this medicine hut is not going to be feeding anything to the apothecary. This medicine hut needs to make fish oil. And this is going to require fish oil, remedy, and a natural tome level 1. We can start making natural tome level 2s in this laboratory. We just need to feed it remedies and fish oil. Now the remedies are actually going to be nice and easy. Now that we know that we can pipe these things, we can just grab our pipe and pipe. Boom, there's the remedies. Now we might need to increase what we're... Yeah, this thing, I think we need to double barrel this one. And with a launcher to boot. And we'll have you herbs. There we go. So double-barreled herbs going into this. Although, yeah, I think now the problem is an issue of throughput. Yeah, we need to double barrel our input. Which is going to make getting cotton into this workshop tricky. Because if we double barrel this, it's going to need to take up both bands here. Fish oil can go in. Oh my god, you are a godsend. That is so helpful to the logistics of all this. Man, and here I thought I was being cute by putting milk in pipes. And here you go, and it's like, oh, here's all these other things you can put in pipes. Well, golly gee, that is extremely helpful. Oh, I just realized this this super crucial hut is not getting morale bonuses. Yeah, I'm wasting money on coin boosters, and I'm not even giving you morale bonuses. Let's fix that real quick. There. Now you should be getting morale bonuses. Yes, you are. Good. Now, the question becomes, how do we pipe in more herbs? We're putting a dent on this. We've got more than enough paper. We might be overdoing it on the paper just a smidge. And we really do want double-barreled. I mean, that is the solution to this thing here, is we get 2 lines of herbs flowing in. The filter of the insert pipe? Let's take a look. I'm curious. Aha! So we've got water, juices, dragon punch, milk, protein shakes. God. Just have muscle milk on tap. Fish oil remedies, health potions, antidotes, elixirs, ethers. All right, so yeah, good to know. Good to know. I'm not sure how many of those I would be willing to suck out of a pipe, but it is good to know. All right, so yeah, we gotta double this up. No getting around this. But I don't want it to try and. I'm gonna have to do this one dot at a time. Get our second 2 lines, no waiting going here. Your herbal fluid pipes. My herbal... I'm not sure I follow herbal fluid pipes. Yeah, the raw herbs. You mean these things? Yeah, this is precisely what we're doing here. Is we need to double barrel them. Oops. Because the farm is able to output more, but there's just not enough transportation geometry able to handle that. Needs support block. Actually, hang on. It says needs support block. Will you not build me a support block? Oh, I guess it just didn't do support blocks down here. Fair enough. Guess I'll have to do those random. Alright, now let's try this. What's your... Alright, so you can go along here. It just still wants more support blocks. Fair enough. All right, I guess it won't auto place them for me. Oh no, I'm just out of planks. Yeah, the only tricky part here is how do we get cloth to this workshop? Because I don't think... Yeah, we need the double workshop here in order for this to work. And if we got a double barrel barrier here, then we can't exactly get goods crossing it. Unless we do like a really wonky up and down affair. Well, we'll see what happens if we cut it off how the whole setup fares without it. No, that's going to block it. There we go. That needs to be a thing. That's better. I mean, unless we can cross the streams. Let's try crossing the streams. What happens? Will it allow it? Or will they just get in each other's ways? This is going to be a dicey placement. I should have built the lower one first. Oh, hell. I'm not going to fight with it. Bottom row supports arches, top row. Ah, they get in each other's way. Problematic. So I may need to take this to the drawing board before I do my my strategy and tactics on this. But now we're getting our herbs out a little bit faster, which is good. I mean, we could make them just alternate here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tinker with that one. But for now we have that. So let's finish phase 3. And now that we know that we can transport fish oil, we can do the fish oil producer literally anywhere, wherever it is convenient for us. Now we don't need to do it by a fish tile here, because we can build fisheries. But fisheries are better built at larger blocks of water, like up here. Is this within range? It is not. So you know what? I'm going to exploit this fish tile here for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves a medicine hut. We're going to put it here. And let's get a footpath here so you can get some efficiency bonuses. Fish oil. And we'll get our friends the rafts. Actually, you know, we don't even need a raft. We need a boat. Come on. There you go. So now we're going to just be dumping fish into here. That's going to turn them into oil. And then we get our pipes. Our beautiful, beautiful pipes. And this is where... This is the ultimate destination of them. which means we're just going to need to be tactical about this. Something like that to here. Like that. Let's just make sure the fish oil actually flows through properly and doesn't get gobbled up by the houses. I'll increase the workers as needed. Yeah, the houses are consuming the fish oil directly. That is slightly funny. Only slightly. Alright, so let's fix that. These don't consume fish oil, yeah? Yeah. Like that. Beautiful. And now what we do here is we turn this grabber. We don't want it grabbing that level 1 tomes anymore. We want it to grab level 2 tomes. And now we are giving even better knowledge here. And that, my friends, is the medical school district here, or medical school campus. I'm still working out the name. But yeah, so not only are we doing 3 points of medicine here, remedies still need a bit more. We need more remedies. Oh, we're out of logs. That's why. This thing is consuming tons of fuel. This requires additional fuel. The medical hub? Yeah, but it has to involve schools. That's why I was thinking of calling it medical school. Because you got the medical and you got the school. Medical school, which is the thing. And, you know, kind of ties into my 2-point hospital series. Which actually their next series, 2-point campus, is about school. But it's 2-point. It's not strictly medical school, but it kind of all ties together. Let me get some more tree planters here, because this area is very clearly very hungry. Testing. We good? I think my connection pooped out for a second. We're back. I think we're back. We're good. I think we are back to being good. Excellent. Alright, so yeah, we're doing fine now. So what is your... Yeah, boosting you isn't going to do anything good. We just need more herbs. And yeah, now we're devouring our... But if I deny our cloth maker here... Well, let's see what happens if we let the herbs flow freely. I just want to see. Because now we're sitting on just one of these. I mean, I guess I could coin boost them. And I guess we could double barrel them. What happens if we double barrel and coin boost one thing? Get a launch pad. Alright, double barreling. And red coins at the ready. Alright, yeah. Red coin boosters online. And let's queue it up. Basically, you want it to queue up until you just start accumulating output and or getting rid of your input. So let's double barrel our transference to here. We get you. It helps launch them a little bit faster. Might not strictly necessary, but it seems to be doing well. We got another happiness boost. All right, are you keeping up? And more importantly, are you keeping up with the demands of the zone as a whole? You're slightly stunted. Our natural knowledge tier 1. Oh. Forgot about you. Needed to get you up and running a little bit better. That'll get this flowing better. Although the remedies are needed. We're lacking on remedies. And how are you doing? You just need more. Yeah, the remedies are what are really soaking up the herbs here. And we haven't run out, but we are utilizing the output fully. So double-barreled is enough to get this going here. Now, unfortunately, we are not getting morale bonuses on this. Had we planted our herb field here, things may have been a little bit different. But I don't want to make the campus dependent on the herbs. Oh yeah, upgrade. All right, we are level 7 now. Yeah, we got blue coins a-flowing. What other techs can we grab? We can grab caravan. And everything else requires industrial tech, which is fine. We do have 1.3k nature research, so any of that is worthwhile here. All right, so what did we learn today? Well, we learned that there's some refinements that are needed. And either having 2 different farms or having a single farm with a farming bonus, a single herb farm with a farming bonus, may be a better thing as far as that. I mean, we could try out planting an herb farm here and then waiting for it to grow, because eventually it would do that. But I'm still working on some stuff. There's another part of me that says, what if you got animals involved with this and had wool you made the cloth out of the wool and then did the leather for the book recipe? Because the books don't necessarily require 2 cloth. You can get away with leather on that. So that's another thing that I got to test out here. But you know what? I'm really happy to have done this experimentation on stream with you guys. We learned a lot of interesting stuff here, and I think our town is better for it. All right, those all boosted up with their affinity, which is awesome. Got our blue coins flowing. Carrot Field is keeping up with this monstrosity here, so yeah, I think we're good. I think we are good. And this is keeping up too. We're getting our hardware happiness going here. So yeah, let's double check our happiness here. So we got 6 of 6 basic foods, but we knew that. 2 from the cheese, 2 from the butter, 1 from the milk, 1 from the carrots. We're good on that front. Hardware, we need planks, we need wood wheels, and we will eventually be getting more cloth here because we are selling our cloth from this location. Let's actually speed you up with a cloth belt. That could help out our hardware happiness here. All right, wood wheels are at 100%, planks are at 100%. For clothing, there we go. Cotton, cloth, and shirts are all at 100. So that's 3 points of clothing happiness. Good. We have basic medicine. I saw for a second that was, yeah, 3 of 3. Bandages, 45-second happiness, poultices, and remedies. Good. So we got 3 of that. The level 2 tome is still only 1 happiness, so we still need more paper. So in future iterations, we need to basically make paper its own line. Or at least don't segment it nearly as much, so more paper actually makes its way to the school, or just set up a dedicated paper thing to just feed paper to the school. Although these guys are working hard as it is. You could actually probably stand with a coin booster. Although paper's doing fine. I don't think we need to fuss with paper too much. Ooh, level 7 house. We're getting the blue roofs now. We got the fancy pants going here. So anyway, so the one thing that we haven't touched yet, which we are going to touch in a future episode, is gourmet. That's a future build. The next build that we're going to do is going to be hardware because that's the next logical progression. And by hardware, I mean steel. And that's actually going to be when we start our next town proper. But after that, we're going to be setting up gourmet. And I have a build in mind for that still needs to be designed and planned out. So yeah, needless to say, there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot more content coming along here. But good experimentation, and this is the type of thing I do to test my builds. I figured, let's just test it on stream. All right, folks. Well, I think we have accomplished what we came here to do, so I'm gonna call it. If you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya. Don't need that medicine hut there.